Good evening and welcome to Introduction to Forex Trading. I'll be your host for today's event. My name is Christian, or you can call me Chan. I've been a trader for the past 5 years. So my goal for today's event is actually three things. Okay. So for the beginners that's listening is for us to be able to understand kung ano nga ba si Forex trading. Okay. And secondly, we would be discussing some concepts about Forex market or Forex trading. Lastly, my last goal is for you guys to understand basic concept about risk management. Let's get started. Ano nga ba si Forex trading? Ang normal definition with Forex trading is buying of currency and selling of another currency at the same time. So normally na nakikita natin sa exchange rate is yung value ni dollar against peso. So we would have a dollar against a peso. But I think last week it would be $1 around 55 pesos and some change. When it comes to exchange rate, what this means is if you have $1, what you could do is you could exchange it sa 55 pesos. Or if you have 55 pesos and if you want na palitan siya into dollar, then you would be getting $1. Okay? But sabi sa definition is you are buying a currency and selling another currency at the same time. Ang starting point mo is $1, but you are buying peso, you are actually paying $1. So ibig sabihin, you're selling off yung dollar mo. Okay? Same goes kung meron kang peso and you want a $1, you are actually buying dollars and you're selling peso. Okay? So every time that you buy one currency, you sell another currency at the same time. Another way to write this down is ganitong format. USD, PHP. Sometimes makita nyo siya with a dash, USD, PHP. But regardless, this is the common format na ginagamit sa Forex trading. And this too is what you call a currency pair. It means there's two currencies paired up together. On this case, we have USD and we also have PHP paired up together to form an exchange rate. When it comes to Forex trading, is what you call Euro USD. This is an example of a currency pair. So we have Euro and we have US dollar. Yung first currency sa currency pair is what you call a base currency. Okay? Always ang value niyan is to 1. And yung second currency is what you call a quote currency. What that means is whatever is quoted on the exchange rate. Okay? So whatever is the exchange rate ni Euro USD dun sa USD PHP natin, ang current exchange rate nito is 55, right? So 1 USD as your base is equivalent to 55 PHP, which is yung quote currency mo. So makita nyo for Euro USD is 0.99924. So what this means is for every 1 euro na meron tayo as our base currency, it's always equivalent to 0.99924 USD as our quote currency. Top 8 currencies that is heavily traded sa Forex market. And these are called the major currencies. We have AUD, NZD, so we have CAD, we also have GBP, we also have CHF, we also have JPY, we have Euro, binigay natin as example, and lastly USD. And these currency pairs are divided into 3 categories, what you call majors. Out of this 8, or out of this actually 7 lang, against the US dollar. So any of these 7 against the US dollar is what we call majors. So example niyan is Canadian dollar and USD would be USD CAD. So that's US dollar, Canadian dollar. So there's only 7 majors. Second is what you call minors. So example niyan, let's say British pound saka Australian dollar, that would be GBP, AUD. So this is an example of minor. So any other currency pairs within this eight majors, pero are actually 7 since hindi kasama si USD, is what you call part of minor currency pairs. Okay? And lastly, last category is what you call exotics. These are currency pairs na one or two dun sa currency pair, hindi kasama yung top 8. Example is, yung kanina nating sample is USD, PHP. Kasi si PHP hindi siya kasama sa top 8. Another example ng exotics is USD, SGD, Singaporean dollar. Pwede ring Korean won. We also have lira. Pwede ring euro, lira. At least one or possibly two of the currencies dun sa mismong currency pairs. If hindi siya kasama sa top 8, then it's called exotics. So that's what you call majors, minors, and exotics currency pairs. When it comes to currency pairs, is what you call PIP. Okay? So balik tayo sa Euro USD, which has a current exchange rate of 0.99987. Normally, when it comes to currency pairs, 5 decimal places siya, but there's always an exception. Any currency pairs ends with JPY, laging 3 decimals. So Euro USD, current quote is 0.99987. Si PIP is any changes from the 4th decimal place or second to the last. So this is 8. Okay, so from the decimal, this is the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4. So any movement from 8 would actually be considered a PIP. Okay, so if si Euro USD, if this is the starting price and nag-move siya to 0.99, let's say 97, so nag-move siya ng 1 pip. Paano naman kung bumaba yung price? Again, 9927. So that is actually price going down by 6 pips. If it moved from 9927.7, so ano magiging value niyan? So from this point up until this point, since 98 yon, you would have 71 pips. So going by 71 pips. AUD USD, which has a current exchange rate of 0.68582. Okay? So see AUD USD, if ito yung starting price niya, and nag-move tayo to 0.68892. So in this example, since mag-start tayo sa 4th decimal, this is your ones, this is your tens, hundreds, and then thousands, di ba? So sa ones, nag-move siya ng isa. Sa tens, on this decimal place, nag-move siya ng 3. So 3 times 10 is 30. So 30 plus 1 is 31 pips. So that's how pips are being calculated. Just to measure, if you guys understand what pips is, paano kung from this starting point, nag-move si price to 0.68422. Kasi kung yung starting point natin is 0.68582, pip is always a movement from the 4th decimal or second to the last, right? So yes, it would actually be 0 dito, magiging 160 siya. Kaya lang, since ang movement is always here, ang ones natin, ones and tens natin is laging dito. So this is always a value of 0. So one movement would be 10 plus 6 times 1. So that is 16 pips of going down. Okay? This is called a fractional pip or pipet. So usually, kapag sa mga timer, meron kang something like this and then something like this, right? So meron kang hour, minute, and seconds. Pero meron ka ring milliseconds. Kuha tayo na example sa JPY, okay? Which is 3 decimal point. GBP, JPY, and current exchange rate niya is 161,147. So on this, since 3 decimal lang siya, from the second or second to the last na decimal point. So from here, 161.187, so that's considered 4 pips. So laging ones, tens, and then hundreds, and then thousands, right, is coming from this point. So regardless kung ano yung nandito mo, you always count starting from the second to the last decimal place. So when it comes to risk management, is how much are you willing to risk dollar amount? Ideally, beginners should only trade around 1 to 2%. So around $10 to $20 if you have $1,000 account. If you're willing to lose 1,000, we end up losing everything, di ba? $0. So it only took one trade para matalo lahat. And then wala na tayong available capital for us to trade more opportunities, di ba? So that is not good. Paano kung willing ka to risk 50%, which is $500? How long would it take you to trade? So 2 trades lang, 2 losses in a row, then wala na agad. Then obviously, it's not a good deal. Kasi for one trade, in theory, dalawa lang naman yun. It's either you win or you lose, which gives you 1/2 or 50% chance to win every trade. And if you do that on the next trade, which is another 1/2, so that's 1/2 times 1/2. So meron kang 25% of chance of blowing your account or sunugin mo yung buong account mo. Kung 1%, then obviously 100 losses in a row. And second thing that we have to discuss is how much pip are you willing to lose per trade? So let's say Euro USD, right, which has a price of 1.0012, and nag-open ka ng buy position. You open a buy position at this price. How many pips or stop loss are you willing to risk on each trade? So kung bumababa yan ng 10 pips, i-close mo na yung trade. Kung bumababa yan ng 100 pips, i-close mo na yung trade. That's the position sizing or lot sizing. For example, kung willing ka mag-risk ng 2%, which is $20 dun sa trade. Let's say mag-open ka ng buy or sell ng particular currency pair. So willing kang mag-risk ng $20 lang for that trade. And your strategy says na yung pip mo for that particular trade is only 10 pips. So ilan dapat yung magiging lot size mo, right? So kung $10 per pip siya, right? So kung ang willing kang mag-lose ng $20 and 1 pip is equivalent to $10 and willing kang mag-stop loss ng 10 pips, so ilan yung magiging lot size mo? Right? So that's 20 over 100. So that is 0.2 lots for that currency pair. What this means is kung mag-open ka ng 0.2 lots ng, let's say, Euro USD, if bumaba ng 10 pips yung price ni Euro USD, then ang magiging talo mo lang is $20. So that's how it works. And thanks everyone and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.